welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna set up my June bullet journal and I'm gonna talk to you about some spreads that I'm making, some spreads that I'm not making. And this setup is pretty important for me because this is the first month in a year, more than a year, that I'm gonna be working at the office because we're coming back after working at home for more than a year because of you know what. Yeah, and I really don't know what to expect, and I'm trying to understand what's essential for me in planning and what's not. So yeah, this is really important and I hope that you're gonna enjoy this setup, and let's get right into playing. Since the June is the actually first month of summer this year and in general, I've decided to go with this picnic summery theme with some wine, berries and yummy baguettes, And I thought that the place by the river or the lake near the forest at almost sunset with some cozy pillows and blankets is the coziest place on earth to have the first picnic of the year. Actually I haven't had the picnic this year yet and I'm looking forward to have one. And I think as many of us maybe, but if you don't like picnics or whatever, you can use the same setting for your bullet journal, for example, and just do not draw some baguettes and wine, just some cozy blankets maybe, and the boat is still kind of nice for the cover page. As per usual for this year, my theme not only cozy, but it also has this simple black lettering with some white accents. And this time I didn't use any drop shadow here on my cover page, but I used it afterwards. And of course it's colorful drop shadows, you'll see it later. And you know what I also noticed? That while I was making this cover page, I've noticed that I've used brown shades of markers for every setup this year, like for every setup, even the beginning of the year setup. I don't know why, maybe I guess it's because I have the bullet journal of the same color, it set up a tone for the year. Yeah, anyway, I have brown everywhere. Page next to my cover page, I went again with a simple black lettering with some drop shadows and some color, and for some accents I used my white Pen-Touch SAKURA pen, which is permanent, and if I remember correctly, it's archival ink. It's not like a gel pen, so it draws perfectly on every black marker that I use. So if you want to have something more reliable than usual gel pen, which can, for example, doesn't work on some Tombow markers, you should try this one, and I will link it in my description box under this video. Next page is my calendar spread. As per usual, it's a 2-page spread, but this time I've decided not to draw actual boxes in the calendar, and I'll draw some lines and maybe, play with some negative space in this setup. Not only in the spread, you will see it later. For accent color, I use my red Tombow marker, and for decorating the page, I've drawn some picnic doodles and used mostly the same colors that I used on my cover page. By the way, I will link everything that I use, as I always do, down below in my description box of this video. By the way, I don't know why it was such a struggle, but I doodled some glasses on this page and my next page, and it was such a horrible experience. I don't know why. You can see on this page that I smudged my glasses here, and they are so, uneven and kind of weird. I don't know why it happened, but it did. Next page is my habit tracker, brain dump, and my task list. The reason why I didn't do separate page for my brain dump and my task list is because I currently use Notion for this stuff mostly, but sometimes I want to drop something on paper because it helps me with the, creative flow or something. When I write something on paper, I usually come up with more stuff than if I, write it in my phone, for example, in my notes. This month I decided to track some new habits. For example, I want to read more and have me time, which was previously called like self-care time, but I realized it's not maybe totally the same, so I decided to rename it. This page is decorated mostly in the same way as my cover page for June is decorated. So I used my red Tombow marker for the drop shadows and some accent color. I've drawn some picnic doodles, and I've used lines for my habit tracker instead of boxes. I actually enjoyed making those picnic doodles because it reminds me of picnic so much, and I want to have picnic so badly. Yeah, that's why I created this theme for June, to try to put my thoughts into the universe so it will hear me, and I have lots of picnics this month. So let's have our final flip through of this year's June setup. So I have this cozy cover page with a picnic near the lake. I have this simple calendar and habit tracker spread with simple doodles, nothing so complicated, just some quick doodles, because I don't like to spend that many time on my bullet journal. This is it, guys. This is my June setup. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked my cover page because I like this so much. I enjoyed making it so much, and it didn't almost take that much time because when I was setting up my May bullet journal, I was so overwhelmed, and it took so much time for me to come up with the cover page and actually draw it with my markers. The footage is 2 hours long, and I didn't like that much because I don't like to spend that much time on creating setups for my bullet journal. I think it's supposed to be kind of efficient and more about planning than art part of the setup. But interesting enough, this is the first month I'm gonna use Notion plus bullet journal, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see what I need, what I don't. We'll see what I need and what I don't need while working at the office, because as I told you already, this is a new experience because I haven't been working at the office for more than a year already. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. and I will see you in my next video, which is coming really soon. So stay tuned and bye!